Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're unraveling a story that's not just steeped in ancient tradition, but echoes powerfully through the corridors of contemporary life, the timeless tale of Jacob and Esau. It's a narrative incredibly rich with themes of rivalry, complex family dynamics, and profound life lessons that, frankly, never get old. Despite being thousands of years old, this story still holds a mirror up to our lives today, helping us understand our own choices and challenges. So why does it matter right now, in our modern world? Because the trials and triumphs faced by Jacob and Esau teach us invaluable lessons about ambition, ethical boundaries, and the sometimes winding path to redemption, elements that truly define our personal journey to success, and yes, sometimes even failure. So, without further ado, let's dive into this captivating and truly timeless tale. The story of Jacob and Esau really kicks off with them as brothers, locked in what would become a lifelong rivalry. Esau, the firstborn, strong and rugged, and Jacob, his younger, more thoughtful twin, were seemingly destined to clash from the very beginning. Legend even says that their struggle began in their mother's womb, foreshadowing the intense competition that would mark their lives. Fast forward to today, this kind of deep-seated rivalry isn't just confined to family anymore. We see it everywhere, in workplaces, classrooms, and even among friends. That competitive spirit can absolutely drive innovation and excellence, pushing us to be our best, but it can also, unfortunately, lead to conflict and resentment. So the big question is, when does healthy competition, which can be so beneficial, turn into something more toxic and destructive? And perhaps more importantly, how do we navigate these tricky waters in our own lives, ensuring we stay true to our values? Well, stay tuned as we unravel these questions, all while drawing incredible wisdom from Jacob and Esau's dramatic saga. Their journey offers so much insight. At the very heart of their conflict, and what truly sets the stage for their dramatic saga, is Esau's birthright. Now, in ancient times, a birthright was an incredibly significant tradition, granting the firstborn son a double portion of his family's inheritance, along with leadership and spiritual blessings. It was, in essence, the lion's share of his family's wealth, power, and future. But in a moment of startling weakness, driven by immediate hunger after a long hunt, Esau trades it all, this immense future, to Jacob for nothing more than a simple bowl of lentil stew. Hard to believe, right? Yet the lessons embedded in this seemingly simple exchange are profoundly powerful and resonate deeply today. Inheritance, after all, is so much more than just material wealth. It's about potential, opportunity, and the foundation upon which we build our future. How often do we, in our own lives, in pursuit of instant gratification or a quick fix, thoughtlessly overlook or even squander long-term success, happiness, or important relationships? Let us truly reflect on how this crucial aspect of Jacob and Esau's story powerfully pushes us to value patience, cultivate a broader perspective, and understand that these are absolutely key to our personal growth, lasting fulfillment, and, ultimately, our success. The plot thickens significantly when Jacob, encouraged by his mother Rebekah, cunningly deceives his elderly blind father, Isaac, to steal the blessing meant for Esau. This act wasn't just about the birthright. It was about securing the spiritual and paternal blessing, an even deeper, more sacred form of inheritance. Jacob famously disguises himself, wearing animal skins to mimic Esau's hairy arms and presenting his father with savory food. While Isaac senses something amiss, he ultimately bestows the blessing upon Jacob. This deception has massive ramifications, causing a huge rift between the brothers and setting Jacob on a long journey of exile and self-discovery. But what can we take from this, beyond the immediate drama? It forces us to confront uncomfortable questions. When does ambition cross the line into unethical behavior? How do our actions, even those driven by a desire for a better future, impact those we love and shape our own destiny. This part of the story serves as a powerful reminder that while ambition can propel us forward, the means we use to achieve our goals are just as important as the goals themselves. It's about integrity and the consequences when we compromise it. As you can imagine, Esau's fury upon discovering Jacob's deception was immense and understandable. He was heartbroken and enraged, vowing revenge. Jacob, fearing for his life, flees, embarking on a long and challenging exile that stretches for decades. This period, though filled with hardship, becomes a crucible for Jacob. He experiences his own forms of deception and exploitation, working for his uncle Laban, who repeatedly tricks him, delaying his marriage and manipulating his wages. These experiences, however painful, are essential for Jacob's transformation. They force him to grow, to mature, and to deeply reflect on his past actions. This journey of exile and the lessons learned are incredibly relatable. How often do our own mistakes and difficult circumstances lead us to a path of self-reflection and personal growth? This period in Jacob's life beautifully illustrates that even the toughest times can be opportunities for profound change, helping us to develop character and empathy. It's a powerful testament to the idea that sometimes stepping away from the familiar, even when forced, can be the very thing that helps us truly discover ourselves. After decades of separation, Jacob, now a changed man, decides to return home and face Esau. This reunion is perhaps one of the most poignant and suspenseful moments in the entire narrative. Jacob, full of apprehension and humility, sends gifts ahead of him and prepares himself for the worst, fearing Esau's long-held grudge. But in a truly remarkable turn, Esau, instead of seeking revenge, runs to meet Jacob, embraces him, and weeps. This act of forgiveness is incredibly powerful. It shows us that even after years of resentment and deep-seated hurt, reconciliation is absolutely possible. It reminds us that empathy and a willingness to let go of past grievances can heal the deepest wounds. This moment isn't just about two brothers. It's a universal message about the transformative power of forgiveness, both given and received. It teaches us that peace, sometimes, comes not from winning, but from opening our hearts and extending grace. It's a beautiful example of how choosing forgiveness can lead to true healing and renewed connection, not just for others, but for ourselves too. The story of Jacob and Esau, spanning generations and filled with drama, truly offers a wealth of timeless wisdom that is still incredibly relevant today. It's a compelling narrative that illuminates the complexities of family relationships, the allure and pitfalls of ambition, the importance of ethical decision-making, and the profound journey of personal transformation and ultimate reconciliation. Their story encourages us to reflect on our own choices. Do we prioritize immediate gratification over long-term vision? Are we mindful of how our actions impact others? And are we open to the redemptive power of forgiveness, both for ourselves and for those around us? Jacob and Esau's saga teaches us that while mistakes are part of the human experience, growth, healing, and peace are always within reach. Thank you so much for joining me on this fascinating journey through history and wisdom. If you enjoyed this exploration, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more insights, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you.